few months ago, I drove through Memphis, and anytime I'm in Memphis, I have to go and visit Graceland. I have a little bit of a crush on Elvis, I have to admit. So as I'm going through the Graceland Museum, all of a sudden, I see a quote on the wall. I've never gotten over what they call stage fright. I go through it every show. Elvis, the king of rock and roll, the one who was commanding huge crowds, the one who could make any audience fall in love with him, had stage fright. So how did Elvis manage to overcome this big fear of public speaking that he had, go on stage and be amazing? I'm Victoria Lioznyansky, and I help introverted entrepreneurs overcome their fear of public speaking and transform into confident, compelling, and captivating speakers. Sam Phillips, the man who founded Sun Records and Sun Studios in Memphis, and who was the first to record Elvis, said this about him. Elvis is one of the most introverted people to come into the studio. Did you know that Elvis was an introvert? It may come as a surprise to some, because a lot of people think of introverts as people who are shy, which is not true. Being an introvert doesn't mean that you're shy, and Elvis certainly wasn't shy. A lot of us are not shy, a lot of us are very social. Being an introvert is all about how you drain your internal batteries and how you recharge your internal batteries. As an introvert, when you are surrounded by a lot of people, you drain your batteries. You feel exhausted. When you spend time alone, that's how you recharge your batteries. You feel rejuvenated and you feel anew. So Elvis obviously spent a lot of time surrounded by thousands of people, right? And he drained his batteries during the concert. Well, in order for him to drain all of his batteries the way he did, and he gave 100%, we know that, right? In order for him to do that, he needed to recharge his batteries before each show. So here is what he did. He had his trailer parked about 1,000 yards away from the venue where he was performing. And then he walked all the way from his trailer to the venue by himself, alone, or as alone as he could get, I guess, not talking to anybody and not allowing anybody to talk to him. He was completely centered, he was completely alone, and this was his time right before the show to recharge his batteries so that he can go on stage and give his audience everything and drain them completely at every single concert. So what we can learn from this is that if you are an introvert like me, it's very important that you have a good sense of where your internal battery is at all times. If you feel drained, if you've just spent a lot of time with people, you need to step back, spend alone time, and recharge your batteries, particularly before a talk. For us introverts, it's very important that before the talk, we do not drain our batteries, because then we'll have nothing to give. So if you are about to give a talk, do not go and mingle with a lot of people you don't know, because that may create additional stress, and that will definitely drain your internal battery. And then you go on stage and your battery is not full. Before a big presentation, you need to spend a few minutes alone to recharge your batteries completely. You need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your audience and what you're planning to say. You need to focus on your talk. And you need to have this alone time where nobody's interrupting you, and you can stay in your head and recharge your batteries. But there is something else that I want you to know about Elvis and his stage fright. Remember the quote that I read to you at the very beginning? I've never gotten over what they call stage fright. I go through it every show. Well, this quote actually continues. I'm pretty concerned. I'm pretty much thinking about the show. I never get completely comfortable with it. And I don't let the people around me get comfortable with it. In that, I remind them that it's a new crowd out there. It's a new audience. and they haven't seen us before. So it's got to be like the first time we go on. I love this quote because this quote shows the essence of being on stage, the essence of connecting to your audience, and the essence of public speaking. This whole quote is about focusing on what you have to give and giving it. Elvis was a giver. He gave 100% of what he had during every single concert. And if you look at this quote, if you read this quote, if you internalize it, you will understand that the most crucial thing about public speaking is being a giver, not a receiver. It's not about what I can get from my audience. It's about what I can give to my audience. And if you look at every talk, even if you do it a million times, if you look at every talk as your first talk, if you look at that audience as a brand new audience every single time, and you focus on how much I can impact my audience, how much I can transform my audience, how much I can give of myself to my audience, you will be a great public speaker. And if you want to learn how to overcome fear of public speaking and transform into a confident, compelling, and captivating speaker, go ahead and grab my free training. You can get it at www.byvictorial.com/training. I cannot wait to connect with you again, and I will see you soon. Take care.